we are going to discuss about the remaining part of central nervous system, that is about midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, if we talk about midbrain, it is the middle part of the brain. The middle part of the brain is called as midbrain, and it is actually a connection, a link between our forebrain, and hindbrain. Okay, it is the link between forebrain and hindbrain. If we talk about impulses, what is the function done by midbrain? Midbrain just able to send the impulses from brain to spinal cord as well as spinal cord to the brain. What is the function of midbrain? It just passes the impulses from brain to the spinal cord and as well as spinal cord to the brain, and it also acts as a center for a sensory center for vision, means our sight, and at the same time it is also acts as center for our auditory system, means hearing. It is the main controlling system for our eyesight as well as our hearing power. If we talk about hindbrain, it is very easy to learn about hindbrain. It is the middle part of the brain. It just acts as a connection link between forebrain as well as hindbrain. See here children, hindbrain. If we talk about the hindbrain is the back part of the brain, behind part of the brain. It just contains three important parts. One is called as Pons Veroli. You just remember the cosmetic brand Pons, what we are using as moisturizer cream, Pons. Okay, in shortcut we call Pons Veroli as Pons. Okay, Pons Veroli, and the second part is Cerebellum, Pons Veroli, Cerebellum and Medulla Oblongata. These three are the parts of hindbrain. What are the three parts of hindbrain? Pons Veroli, Medulla Oblongata, Cerebellum. Okay, Pons Veroli, Medulla Oblongata, Cerebellum. These are the three parts of the hindbrain. Okay, if we talk about Pons Veroli, if you see here, this part is called as Pons Veroli. This part is called as Pons Veroli, and this part spinal cord. This is the cerebellum. This one is cerebellum, and this part medulla oblongata. This part is midbrain. Okay, see here children, Pons Veroli. It just carries the impulses from medulla. Just carry the impulses from medulla to the forebrain. Okay, from medulla to the forebrain, and it also carry the information from one hemisphere to the another hemisphere, from left hemisphere to the right hemisphere. It just carry the impulses, and it also regulates the breathing, the activity which makes our lives to alive. Okay, if you want to survive properly, then this Pons Veroli should be active because it is the controlling system for our respiration. Okay, it just regulates the breathing. Okay, then if we move to the cerebellum, it just maintains balance, our body balance, posture, everything under the control of cerebellum. See here children, it also controls the muscular activities. The cerebellum controls the muscular activities as well as it maintains the balance, our body balance under the control of cerebellum. If we talk about the last part of hindbrain, that is medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata, it just regulates the breathing. The pons and medulla oblongata, these two together regulates the breathing, and cardiovascular responses are also under the control of medulla oblongata. Cardio means the activities which are held inside the heart. That cardiovascular responses are also under the control of medulla oblongata. See here, along with this, it also able to control some activities which are happening inside our body, like swallowing. While you are swallowing, the process of swallowing is also under the control of medulla oblongata. Swallowing and coughing, sometimes we cough. That coughing is also under the control of medulla oblongata. And sneezing, sometimes we people sneeze. That is also under the control of medulla oblongata. Sometimes we people vomits. Vomitings, these are all under the control of medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata, it just regulates the breathing and also regulates the cardiovascular responses, and it also acts for active center for swallowing, coughing, sneezing and vomiting. These are the main functions of medulla oblongata. It is very easy to learn about midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, midbrain is a part which connects the forebrain and hindbrain. If we talk about the function of midbrain, it just acts as a sensory center for vision and hear, and it also carries the impulses from brain to the spinal cord as well as spinal cord to the brain. Okay, then if we talk about medulla oblongata mainly contains three important parts. Pons varolii, and then what is that? Cerebellum. Next part is medulla oblongata. These three are the important parts of hindbrain. About the flow chart of the brain, which make you to understand and to remember the different parts of the brain in a easy manner. Then if you remember this flow chart, it is very easy to write the question, the essay question, which is having 4 marks in your final examination. It is a very important question for your final exams. That's why I am doing this video. See here children, the brain, it just contains 3 important parts. One is forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. And if we talk about the forebrain, it just contains 3 important parts. One is olfactory lobes. In the olfactory lobes, there is no subgroups. And the second part is cerebrum. And in this cerebrum, there are 4 major lobes. Okay, the cerebrum contains 4 sub lobes. Those are frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe and occipital lobe. Okay. From Patna to Odisha, you just remember this, then you are able to understand the F means frontal lobe and P means parietal lobe, T means temporal lobe and O means occipital lobe. And if we go to the third part of the forebrain, that is diencephalon. The diencephalon contains 2 major parts. One is thalamus and the second one is hypothalamus. Okay, forebrain contains 3 important parts. Olfactory lobes and the second one is cerebrum. In the cerebrum have 4 major lobes. Those are frontal, parietal, temporal, occipital. And the third part of the forebrain is diencephalon. Diencephalon majorly contains 2 important parts, thalamus and hypothalamus. In the midbrain, there is no subgroups. It is very easy to learn about midbrain. Then move to the next part, hindbrain. The hindbrain majorly contains 3 important parts. One is pons varolii and the second one is cerebellum. Here cerebrum and here cerebellum. Bellum comes in the midbrain. You just remember like that. Okay, cerebrum, here cerebellum. And the third part of the hindbrain is medulla oblongata. If you remember this flow chart, then it is very easy to learn about brain. I think you understand well this video. Meet you soon in the next video. Thank you for watching.